So listen to me. Let's make life fucking grand. Yeah, fuck all the bullshit. It's time to make a stand now.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of CannaTruths Mini, Potent Hits in Mere Minutes. Today is officially Thursday, September 22nd, 2016. Welcome to the show, guys. As usual, I'm your host, Denton Ramsey. You guys can find us on many of the social media sites. We've also now got a YouTube page and a SoundCloud page. And you guys can email me, CannaTruthsMini@gmail.com. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of the interview with Richard. So here we go. We're going to be continuing to talk about medical cannabis.
Doctors are saying you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. And then when you're older and you have these, what they will tell you as tolerances to these pills, you need something else. And then you need this and that and that. And then you wonder why when you're older that it just becomes more and more and more, and you feel worse and worse and worse.
Mm-hmm. And this is just our story, guys. This happens across the globe. This is a worldwide phenomenon.
You got to think of it like just anything else in your life, like phones, devices, anything that you use on a daily basis that your body is functioning with. Mm-hmm. Like the things that you eat, all the things that are man-made that weren't here before us. That consumption of that cannot be good for our bodies over time. I'm sure when we were in caveman days, and we were eating the things that were normal, and we were functioning with the outdoors and this and that
That's
we
the way
probably lived longer, had better skin.
Absolutely.
And the sun, we didn't need sunblock like we did today. And people want to blame it on the ozone layers and stuff like that, but you also got to think the tolerance for your skin has probably changed over the not millions of years, but hundreds of years that we've been alive, because we're not outdoors as much.
Yes, absolutely.
Feet, we used to be barefooted. Now your feet are one of the most sensitive body parts on you. You know, one of the worst places to get a tattoo is your foot. And think of the rocks and stuff they had to be running on, to get away with wolves and crap. I mean, your feet used to be so tolerable.
And in that time, the cannabis, the plant, was still around. It was still here, and they were using it then. They were using it in those days. They actually had it legal here in America at one point in time. People have to be re-educated on the subject, unfortunately.
It's that things change, and people don't want to look at them and from an outside artistic point of view. It's like, like I mentioned devices. You know how many times we look at a screen a day, how many people's eyes are straining to look at these screens and they hurt and they get headaches? Imagine an evolution of a human body over time, of what our eyes will have to change to adjust to these artificial lights.
Yeah. And the subject matter you're jumping down now is a lot to do with what I talk about, guys, on channeling changes. And that, again, is a whole new realm of ideas. But
to me, it all goes hand in hand.
It does.
I'm
it does.
Like, you're not thinking.
You're right. It does go hand in hand, and people aren't thinking. They're very. I try to have an understanding that people. It's not their fault. They've been programmed their whole lives to believe this, and they prefer being a robot.
I wouldn't call it as programming.
Propaganda.
Stop.
What?
No, not that.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it as programming or going along with society or whatever. I look at it as growing up, we see everything from a magazine point of view.
Correct.
And when I say a magazine point of view, I mean filtered.
Yes, it's about absolutely.
Everything is filtered in our life. Nothing is real anymore.
Well, you have to look.
Our pictures are filtered.
Yeah.
Or everything in life, our decisions, everything is just filtered.
Yes,
you look at it like a magazine. We don't want to put this on the cover of it because that's not
what they want to portray.
Beautiful. It's
right.
not. It's not. It's not.
Life
that
is
thing.
beautiful. Life is beautiful.
But
everyone's lives are beautiful. It's their soul that matters. But hey.
But it's the artistic people in this world, the really creative thinkers, the ones that think of it in different ways, that really should be leading the country or having their voice really heard.
Well, they will.
But they're
be.
looked at as the little functional hippie people that are cool to hang around and stuff. And you need to look at them as these are one of the most intelligent people because they look outside of their minds.
Right.
And
right. Absolutely.
And because I think, I mean, if you look at our political
system,
not
or
only
lack
system,
thereof.
but chain.
Yes.
I mean, we have Donald Trump of all people.
It's if you want me to go down this rabbit hole, I don't.
Applying for a presidentship, and we have a movie star as the other one, and I'm like, okay, well, not as a president, but as governor of California. And
it's a corrupt system, man.
And I'm like, okay, well, if we're gonna go down this route as a system of just because they're famous and I like them as a person and it's magazine filtered, they should run our country. No. If it's in that case point, then I think Lady Gaga should be the next president. And at least I could say that she would have a better outlook.
She would. And the thing is, if you want my honest opinion on this, since we've jumped down this rabbit hole, I don't think we're going to have a next president. But I don't want to jump into conspiracies and all that, guys. But, I mean, I really feel strongly that I don't think it's conspiracy as much as it is this whole idea of adapting, and there's an awakening going on across the world where people are waking up to the ideas that we're talking about right now, and the ideas of change, and the change isn't necessarily a bad thing, guys, but the collapsing of the dollar bill could lead to some chaos. And
I don't really mean to jump from topic to topic, but
no, you're good.
Any guys that are listening out there, I just want to tell you that there's a website. It's called explosionforchinarelief.com, and it's about the explosion that happened not too long ago in China, and I can't pronounce the name of this town, so I'm not going to try.
Yeah, don't try. It's all right. I slaughter names all the time.
It's for the relief of that, and I mean, it was a very, very bad explosion. You can go on YouTube and look at it and see all the destruction and mayhem that it was, and I mean, it was seen from space. So it was one of the biggest explosions in history, and I just wanted to bring some awareness to that. We're talking about conspiracy theories. I know there was one that it was a space weapon, so it made me think of it. But
and the thing is, I mean, Richard and I have been friends for a while since I started working over here, and he's definitely. And it's all right that it's gone over. We're gonna use this as part of the Channeling Changes podcast too. I'm gonna pull in this interview, but the thing is, Richard's very open-minded and understanding of looking out for other people and the big picture and the fact that we're supposed to be there for one another, guys. That's our calling here on this earth, is to be there for one another and support one another. But hey, let's continue fighting for the legalization of cannabis. Thank you for being on the show today, Richard.
And I would say, guys, as my last hurrah going out, that and in every aspect of life, just think of it differently. Challenge yourself to think of it in a way that you wouldn't, and challenge yourself to think in a way that you disagree.
Right.
Challenge the things you disagree on.
Right.
Like if you don't stand by something, research into why and understand why you believe that that's what you stand by, of not liking or not agreeing with.
And you can disagree with us, guys. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with us on subject matters, but all Richard's trying to say is be educated and open about it. Open-minded, guys. It's tough to do, I know, but open your minds, guys. Hey, thank you so much. We got to run. Anything else you want to say real quick, Richard?
Nope. Bye, guys. And once again, please help get relief for China.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, guys, one quick thing. The show today began with a super trimmed clip of an original song I wrote called Sometimes, and it will be concluding with a trimmed down version of an acoustic cover I did of Green Day's Good Riddance. So have a great one, guys. All right, guys, that'll wrap up episode 3 of CannaTruths Mini. Potent hits in mere minutes. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'll be back to talk to y'all really soon. Feel free to email me, CannaTruthsMini@gmail.com. Follow me on all the social media accounts, guys. Add me on Facebook. I'll talk to you guys again really, really soon. Love you guys. Have a good one.
It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.